16th century Japan, a land of silk and steel, ruled by honor, tradition, and the sharp edge of a katana. A world where your destiny was sealed the moment you were born. But in 1579, a ship arrived carrying a man who would defy every rule. He was not born into a noble clan, he was not even from Japan. And yet, he would become the unlikely teacher who changed the most powerful warlord in the land. His name was Yasuke, and this is the story of how a man, once viewed as a curiosity, taught a master of war the true meaning of strength. Yasuke arrived in Kyoto alongside an Italian Jesuit missionary. He wasn't a diplomat or a merchant, he was an attendant, possibly a slave. But he was unlike anyone the Japanese had ever seen. He stood over 6 feet tall, a living giant with skin the color of polished ebony. Crowds filled the streets just to see him. Some were crushed to death in the chaos. The commotion reached the ears of the most feared and ambitious man in Japan, Oda Nobunaga. A brilliant but ruthless warlord, Nobunaga was obsessed with new ideas, new technologies, and new weapons. So naturally, he demanded to see this mysterious man for himself. When Yasuke was brought before him, Nobunaga was in disbelief. He was convinced the man's skin was not real, that it was ink painted on as a trick. He gave a shocking order. Strip him, scrub him. Imagine the humiliation. Servants rushed forward with wet cloths, desperately trying to wash the ink from Yasuke's body. But as they scrubbed, the color did not change. And in that moment, something inside Nobunaga shifted. The unlikely teacher had begun his lesson. Nobunaga's worldview was shaken. This man was not a trick, he was real. And where others saw a curiosity, a slave, or a novelty, Nobunaga saw something greater, potential. He began to speak with Yasuke, learning about the world beyond Japan, about the hardships he had endured. He saw not only physical strength, but intelligence and calm dignity. Without realizing it, Yasuke was teaching a profound truth that the container does not define the contents. A person's origin, appearance, or status means nothing compared to the spirit within. Nobunaga, the great unifier of Japan, did the unthinkable. He freed Yasuke. He invited him into his inner circle, and eventually he bestowed upon him the highest honor possible, the title of samurai. Yasuke was given fine clothes, a home, and his own katana. He became the first and only foreign-born samurai in Japanese history. He dined with Nobunaga, guarded him in battle, and fought by his side with loyalty and courage. The slave had become a warrior, all because one man dared to have his assumptions proven wrong. But Yasuke's story is more than history. It's a 400-year-old lesson we need today. Because we all have an Oda Nobunaga inside of us. We are the rulers of our own little kingdoms, our careers, our relationships, our lives, and we all meet people we're tempted to dismiss. The unlikely teacher of today isn't a giant from Africa. It's the quiet intern at the back of the room with an idea no one's listening to. It's the older co-worker you've decided is out of touch but who carries wisdom. It's the person from a background you don't understand, whose insight could solve the problem you've been stuck on for months. Oda Nobunaga's real genius wasn't just in conquering castles, it was in conquering his own ego. He dared to scrub the ink. He dared to challenge what he thought he knew. And because he did, he found one of his most loyal and capable warriors. So here's your challenge for the week. Who is the Yasuke in your life? Who have you already judged, categorized, or dismissed based on their ink, their job title, their age, their appearance, their accent, or their status? Your greatest untapped resource, your next big breakthrough, or your most loyal ally might be hiding in plain sight. Have the courage to challenge your own perceptions. Have the wisdom to listen to the unlikely teacher. If you believe the secrets of the past can unlock our potential for the future, explore more stories like this in the Knowledge Vault on Thought Trek. Every week we uncover lessons from history that can change the way you see the world and yourself. Thank you for watching. Now go find the samurai everyone else is ignoring.